Hello, this is yesterday's price action for the Euro USD 3-minute chart. We had a retest of a low of this pink channel, and then we had a spike and type bull channel. Let's go up to the 15-minute chart to see how this formed. So the day prior, we've continued in this downtrend, and even yesterday we were in a downtrend, and just before the London Open, we've broken out of that channel there and that downtrend. And usually when you break out of a channel, the first break is going to come down and retest the lows, which is exactly what happened last night. So at the start of the London Open, we retested the lows, and then we skyrocketed out of there and headed up in a strong trend. So let's go down and look at the trade. So we're back on the 3-minute chart. Now we are in this bigger channel here as well. Just to make it clear, I'll go back to the 15-minute chart. We are on this bigger channel, and we've got this smaller channel in play. So these should be targets. We should be thinking maybe we come back up now and test the other side of the channel. We'll go down here and we'll look at the trade. So at the start of the night, we're broken out of this smaller pink channel, and we've spiked down, and we're expecting maybe we get a second leg down here. You know, we've got this double top. Maybe we come down to the other side of the channel. We don't know at that stage, but we have got a gap formed, but this fails. So we have a first entry short, second entry short, and we get a failure here. A lot of times that'll happen, like on just before the open. So this is bar one, but the bar just prior to the open, so 3 minutes before, it'll come in and it won't give you room to enter. See how you got to draw your micro channel line. So you're not going to enter there because you're right on the lows there. It's too risky to enter, and it's before the open. You got to just sit there and wait. So this fails. And once you see a failure like that, usually it'll go back in the other direction pretty strongly. And that's exactly what happens. And then we get this triple test here. And now we're ready to go down. So now we've had a stronger break of this pink channel. And we're heading down to retest the lows here. So we're looking to retest those lows. And this triple test here is a good trade. So you've got to wait out the whole, the first 6 bars before you can really enter. And if you don't get that trade, it gives you a lower high. So when you get that lower high there, of course, that's confirmation. We can then look to ride this down to those lows. And then we overshoot quite strongly here. So again, you've got to make sure you've got your micro channel line on there so you can see the overshoot. You may exit a bit earlier once you see an overshoot. I like to exit after overshoots a lot of times. This one's quite strong, but you still know you're probably going to end up in some sort of trading range or a straight up reversal. And this sets up for a straight up reversal because we've had the break of this bigger pink channel. We've retested the low and we've got this strong move up. That can lead to a straight up reversal. So we spike up here and we may go down. You may be thinking we may come down and retest the lows again, get that double bottom and head on up. But this is a lower low reversal. Lower low reversals, once this happens, it fails to go down the second time. You're probably going to get that second leg up. So this leg's strong enough to create another leg. So you're looking for your measured move target. You should be drawing your leg on there. And you can take that trade on the failure to go down the second time. And you're expecting some sort of channel up. And then we hit the other side of the channel. So by this stage, you should definitely have your channel drawn in there. And then we come back to the channel and we get this nice bullish bar here on this sort of breakout pullback entry. And we can take that trade back up, expecting to go back up to the highs. Now, we don't do that. We almost get to the highs of that. So you are expecting profit taking to be happening around in this area. And that seems to be what happens here. And then we sort of take our 2 legs back, and if you it would come back to your entry point there. So if you are holding a swing trade, you've got to hold strong, and you've got to be thinking we are going to keep channeling up till we get to this high here, and we do that and we just continue up. So now we're in this tight bull channel. And I just want to show you how I know this is probably going to go up. Like this is really important to understand. This is sort of from Lance Beggs and Al Brooks. They talk about like the strength of a trend. So like if I go to the first pullback high from the low, see how it's like 25%, like it's not even a 50% pullback. 50% pullback is still a strong trend. Even that's a pretty strong trend, pulling back to there, but pulling back only like 25%, that's a very strong trend. And then we know, and then we go back to that pullback and we go up to the next pullback. And again, we're sort of pulling back only to 25, 30% mark, and then we're heading on up again. We're not even reaching, so that's a tight pullback, bull trend. You're just buying. You can't really sell and make any money. So you're just buying every time we come down to a channel line or the EMA, you're just buying. That's basically it. So it's a small pullback bull trend, Al Brooks would call that. But Lance Beggs talks a lot about trend strength, and he's got some really good material on that. Anyway, we end up breaking out. This is a second entry long as well, so we've sort of gone up once, twice, and we're at the EMA. We've also been above the EMA for a little while, like a lot of bars. So we're probably going to keep above the EMA until we get a strong breakdown. And there's no signs of a strong breakdown. So just continue up, expecting the channel, and we channel up, can't really enter here, and then we explosively break out, and when you break out, we're overshooting, so we are expecting a trading range, so we still can't really go long on there. But this trade's okay at the end of the night. Once we hit the top of our trading range, we come back down, and we're expecting, the 2 legs back, like a correction after this overshoot. You can take that for a scalp. Now, after the London session, there is another entry here, and I think it's good to point out that this phase is over. So we've had our first leg, second leg down to the bottom of our trading range now from this overshoot. So first entry, second entry. Second entries are always better on trading ranges, especially if you can buy in at the bottom. So maybe at the end of the night, you do take that trade expecting another retest of this channel. It's just because this is such a strong trend, yeah, that still is a bit more risky. Anyway, those were the trades for the night. Daily intraday review is proudly brought to you by our visual trade journal. It's software for price action traders. It's a visual trade journal, meaning you can drag and drop right on your chart, rate your outcomes, rate your predictions, all on the chart. It's different than anything that's out there. Come and check us out at intradayreview.com.